Despite his hectic schedule, Federer has always spared plenty of time for his family. The superstar believes in parenting his kids in the most reliable way possible. Mutually with his wife, the couple has proved that raising well-mannered and respectful kids is possible. Federer's achievements. Roger Federer is a globally known name when it comes to sports. World-class professional tennis player Federer, at the time of making of this video, is listed as world number 16 in the men's singles. With lots of achievements and tournaments to his name, he has 1 French Open, 5 US Opens, 6 Australian Opens, and 8 Wimbledons to his name. Having conquered all the 4 major Grand Slams in singles, he is amongst a few professionals to attain the prestigious career Grand Slam achievement. Roger Federer as a family man. As much as he has devoted his time to playing tennis, Roger Federer is also acknowledged as a loving husband and father, and he loves his children immensely. The 40-year-old Swiss player is married to Mirka Federer, who is a former player, and the pair has been blessed with 4 kids. Actually, they have 2 sets of twins. Myla and Charlene are 10, and Lenny and Leo are 5. When off the court, Federer spends most of his time with his cute family, while also taking part in charitable activities to help kids in need through the Federer Foundation. Sometimes Mirka and the kids cheer for Roger Federer in person at events, just to show their support for him. Mirka has brought the kids to several matches and watched Federer conquer Grand Slam titles, including his 2017 and 2018 titles. Does the champion's kids play tennis? Given that Federer is a 20-time Slam title holder and Mirka herself was a top 100 player in the early 2000s, many assume their kids to be naturally gifted at tennis. However, the kids are moderately underwhelmed by his tennis prowess. According to TennisNet, Federer stated that none of his children appear to have a keen enthusiasm for tennis ever since they were young. Roger Federer says he's a significant follower of kids playing the sport, but he's not keen on his own children serving in his footsteps. Despite being a tennis star, Federer reveals that trying to introduce his kids to the game has been a struggle. On various occasions, Federer and Mirka have been striving to coach their kids with little success. Federer has revealed to his fans that the kids seem distanced, even though he has attempted to advance tennis in his household. This is what Federer had to say.
As well, are you trying to get them interested in tennis or just trying to keep them busy?
They're much more interested into tennis, which is great to see, and you know, it was nice. I didn't know they were going to come to practice today, so Mirka and my mom brought them out, and I'm happy they can experience this sort of with me. They won't remember this part because they're still too young, whereas the girls, they will remember. So it's really fun times right now, and they're so cute. I cannot cuddle them enough, so it's a good time.
I have struggled with my children. I have tried to promote tennis in my household by playing a number of games against Novak, Rafa, and everybody, but my children don't care. It's visible that Federer does not shy away from addressing his private life in public. He seems rather proud and composed of his young family. Roger Federer's family has severally showcased their support for the tennis superstar. Mirka and the kids have shown their affection by attending his events just to encourage him on various occasions. Often, the tennis maestro gives exciting interviews concerning his family. In a recent one, Federer proudly talked about fatherhood and the effect of teaching discipline in order to teach his kids genuine morals, noting that only one likes playing tennis out of his 4 children. I believe a lot in it. I like teaching those things to my children. I do it all day. I tell them to speak to each other in a calm way, always say hi, shake your hand, look at other people in their eyes. It's really worth it. Roger Federer revealed that while his children have started playing tennis, they have no interest in receiving any tips about the game from their Grand Slam winning father or pro tennis player mother. He shared that they now play tennis not because he has been supporting them, but because their friends all do, and he doesn't want them to feel left out. I'm glad they all do play tennis a little bit, because basically, literally, all our friends who have kids as well, they all play tennis, he said. I wouldn't want my children to be the only ones who don't play tennis, so with my wife, we have kind of a little demand on things they have to do in their life, and tennis is unfortunately one of them. It's not because we want them to, it's because I think it would be a misfortune if they played no tennis at all. While Federer is asked to come to play some of their competitions, his children have put strict rules in place. The Swiss added that they don't like receiving coaching tips from him when he joins them for a match. At the beginning, it was said, "You are not my coach. Dad doesn't have to interfere in the game," Federer explained. So I said, "Okay, no problem. Do it the way you think is right. At some point, you might come to me or mommy." As a star who has encouraged an entire generation of players to take up the game, most athletes would bend over backward for some individual training time with the legend. However, it seems like the one set of people who can simply avail of his grand coaching opportunity, his children, have no interest in doing so. Interestingly, Federer hasn't given up yet and agrees to take it slow on the kids until they finally decide what's most suitable for them. Nonetheless, the tennis mogul still believes that his children will one day appreciate playing tennis just like him. In yet another interview, Federer stated that he could only wish his children to enjoy tennis as they grow older. Just keep striving, but don't become a crazy dad. Trust the coaches. See that they relish it, especially when they are young. But in the beginning, it's about having fun. Federer is a great believer in kids playing sport more generally, believing it can teach them a lot. I think it's excellent for them to do sports early on in their life. I think it's great for them, he said. Winning, losing, that comes a little bit later, but you learn a lot from that. I did anyway. I also think you make a lot of friends through sports. You get to know yourself a bit better. It's healthy. You move around. You go outside. I'm a big follower of these things. While Roger Federer is regarded by many as the most outstanding male player in the history of the sport, his children don't think too profoundly of his insights. When Roger Federer's twin daughters seemed to be more interested in reading than watching their dad play at the Australian Open, they were just that cute and adorable. For many tennis enthusiasts throughout the world, watching Roger Federer could be like a divine occurrence. But it looks like his 6-year-old daughters have more exciting things to do at a tennis game than seeing Daddy Dearest put up a brilliant display of tennis. What is Roger Federer up to nowadays? Roger Federer shook his fans at the 2021 French Open on June 6, hardly 3 matches after his arrival to competitive tennis and soon after defeating Germany's Dominik Koepfer. The Swiss athlete published his voluntary exit from the competition. Federer said the withdrawal would give his body time to recover ahead of Wimbledon. Now 3 rounds far into the British tournament, the 40-year-old spurs other whispers of future retirement. As the world battled the chaos of the pandemic, Federer underwent 2 knee surgeries and 5 weeks on crutches. While recently speaking to Le Monde Bleu Television, the 8-time Wimbledon champion described the past year as ultra-long for him. His French Open win against Koepfer, which lasted for 43 more minutes past midnight, was his 3rd best-of-5 sets win of the week. It was a striking improvement, seeing as the injuries have stirred his performance significantly. After returning to the ATP Tour in March, he suffered a hindrance in Doha during his 2nd match. He has also had to make early exits in Halle and Geneva as he strived to find his best form. While sharing his road to recovery, Federer revealed that he finds it tough to stop playing at once. But he insisted that he was listening to his body to know a proper time for him to push himself. He showed his concern about pushing himself too soon before his body fully recovered. This was the primary reason following his withdrawal from the French Open.